Major international talks are underway today, aimed at helping Ukraine after its war with Russia. The Ukraine Recovery Conference is taking place in London as we speak today, with representatives from Western countries pledging billions of dollars to help Ukraine rebuild. That money includes an additional $20 million from Canada.
Today, I'm announcing an additional $20 million to the Ukraine grant as part of this initiative. The Ukraine grant will support climate adaptation, mitigation, and resilience projects with a focus on technical assistance.
That is International Development Minister Harjit Sajjan as he spoke earlier this hour in London. He says he will meet with Canadian business leaders and hope to support Ukraine with trade and investment as well. Let's bring in Abby Kugathasan, who's following the story from London. What else have we heard from the conference today, Abby, in terms of the effort to help Ukraine rebuild?
Heather, the war isn't over, but Ukraine's allies gathering here in London to figure out a reconstruction plan for when that day comes, based on their assumption and their belief that Ukraine will win. The long-term plan: rebuild the country, get the economy back on track, and then get them ready to join the European Union. The World Bank right now estimates that Ukraine needs about $400 billion at least for reconstruction, and we know that number will only go up. And we know that the EU has already pledged an additional 50 billion euros into 2027. We've heard multiple pledges this morning at the conference, including from Minister Sajjan there. But there is the understanding that a possible Marshall Plan funded only by allied nations likely won't be enough. They're looking to pull in private investment as well. And business leaders are at this two-day conference. But the war is ongoing, and it could develop into a frozen conflict. So foreign investors may not be willing to pour funds into an unstable nation. We've heard from British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak this morning. He was one of the first to speak. He announced a new framework for war risk insurance that's meant to help businesses invest in Kyiv. France making a similar announcement this morning as well. We also heard from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He joined the conference virtually, and he thanked allies for their ongoing support.
By building Ukraine, we are building much more than one country. We build the world as it will be during the lifetime of our generation and after us. Will it be peaceful? Will it be stable? Will it be democratic? It depends on each and every one of us.
This conference is about short-term support to keep Ukraine going as it fends off the invasion, and long-term financial aid. And it's also very much about sending a very strong message to the man in the Kremlin that Ukraine's allies are in it for the long haul to help Kyiv win this war, but also provide it with support to rebuild what Russian troops have destroyed.